Snyder man is celebrating a reunion 27 years in the making. William Johnson lost his Snyder High School class ring while swimming at the Colorado City Lake State Park with his family. That was in 1991.
Now his ring is back thanks to strangers he can now call friends. KTAB's Kathleen Barkley sat down with Johnson today, who's all smiles while holding on tightly to a class ring that means so much to him. That is tonight's top story.
You know those stories where if you really work for something yourself, it means more to you? I guess that's the way I felt.
William Johnson worked for months to buy his class ring, and he wore it proudly every day for a whole month.
And I just smiled, I grinned ear to ear.
That smile and his ring were washed away during a trip to the lake.
I looked down and my ring was gone. And I said, "Everybody stop, oh my gosh. I lost my ring. Help me, help me."
His sister remembers the day all too well.
I can remember having to dive for it and look for it, and it was probably a lot funner for me than it was for him, you know?
Johnson says he lost all hopes as they drove away from the lake, but 27 years later, the tides have turned. A family from Odessa found a ring at that same lake, and they were looking for the owner. One look at that ring.
Right there on the inside, right there, WSJ. Well, my real name is William Scott Johnson. And I said, that is me. And I seen the blue birthstone, and I said, that's December. That's me.
He claimed the ring, and a week later, something he worked so hard for years ago found its way back home.
It was like Christmas morning, you know, opening that box. You're so happy to get something back you've lost that long. So I opened the box, looked in there, and it was all just rusted looking and dirty. And bless my heart, my wife said, "Let me see that ring." She took it and she cleaned on it for hours.
While having the ring back is special, he's more impressed by the heart of the couple who worked so hard to return it.
They didn't throw it in the junk drawer. They didn't put it down. They looked at that ring and decided, let's clean it off. Let's post pictures of it. Let's try to find the original owner. How many people you know would do that?
There's two things that he knows for sure. He's not letting this ring out of his sight or into a lake again.
So I'm going to sleep with it, shower with it. I'm not going to take it off. I will never have this ring on or my wedding ring on if I get in the water. I know better. I learned my lesson.
Thank you, Kathleen. Johnson says he'll wear the ring for a year before retiring it with his other jewelry.